welcome to Rockin The Planet. I'm Shane, and I'm so glad you could join me to help celebrate more great Kiwi musical talent. This week I have two real gentlemen joining me, but musically they couldn't be more worlds apart. Both have made a name for themselves internationally as musical ambassadors for New Zealand. First up, Mr. Lionel Reekie, champion accordionist and acclaimed singer. Also joining me on the Rockin The Planet couch is one of New Zealand country's music's finest, Brendan Dugan. Anyway, from guitars to accordions, and my very first special guest, Mr. Lionel Reekie. How are you, Lionel? It's good to see you, man.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, you're looking so well.
Oh, trying to.
For an accordion player.
Well, you know, we're a busy crowd, you know, us accordion players.
No, you're looking good. Now, I've got to get to the centre of this first before I go any further, because you brought an album out called From Russia with Love. And so you were in Moscow or Russia somewhere?
Well, in Russia, in the city of Novosibirsk, which is the third largest city in Russia.
Yeah.
And I've travelled there to do a recording, because although, you know, I've played the accordion ever since I was a tiny tot, I've always had a passion for show tunes, Broadway, those types of songs. And the accordion, versatile as it is, and can do many, many things, sometimes you can't beat a real orchestra. And so the opportunity came to perform with an orchestra in Novosibirsk and record a CD of some of my favourite songs from stage shows and movies.
I mean, you say it just happened. I mean, how did it happen? I mean, how did this arrive? I mean, where did you guys meet?
Well, my wife is originally from Novosibirsk, and we had visited some of her friends and family when we were there. And being a musician, I'd always taken an interest in finding out what was going on in Novosibirsk and finding out contacts and those types of things. So, you know, met people who met people who met people, and certainly the opportunity to put together an album was something that was really too good to turn down. So it was a case of flying over to Russia right in the middle of winter for them.
20 degrees below zero.
40 degrees below zero.
Oh, it was.
And recording over the course of 3 days with a wonderful orchestra, the Siberian Festival Orchestra, conducted by gentleman Rustam Dulmulkumetov. Don't ask me to spell it, it's a long name. But he's one of the conductors working with the Novosibirsk Philharmonia. And as a result of doing the CD with him, an invitation came to actually go back to do a concert at the Philharmonia Hall, with him conducting what they call the academic orchestra, which is like a symphony orchestra, but instead of using the violins and the violas that you'd normally expect, they use the traditional Russian domras and balalaikas.
Oh, balalaikas, I love them.
They still have the normal symphonic wind section, the normal percussion section.
So they have special string Russian...
For the violins, for the strings, and the thing I find particularly interesting is for the brass lines, they use accordion.
There you go.
So there you go. So it was something really interesting.
You took your accordion with you, obviously.
Actually, no. On that trip, I was going specifically as a singer. Most of the performing I do here in New Zealand is often as an accordion player. Yeah. Performing.
Because you sort of have two careers going, really, don't you? I mean, did you start out as a singer or an accordion player?
I started learning the accordion when I was 9 years old. I learned at a place called the Music Education Centre on the North Shore of Auckland when I was 9. After somebody had come to my primary school and said, learn the accordion, it's fun. So I went home and said, Mum and Dad, I want to learn the accordion. And they said, oh, that sounds like a good idea. Not realising that they're letting themselves in for years and years of dragging me around to music lessons and concerts. And
it's a funny thing, actually, because when I was a young kid, I used to sit at the Butlins holiday camps, and I used to sit right next to the accordion player in the orchestra and watch him play all evening. It was my favourite instrument.
Well, it's an instrument that's really very visual. You know, it has the familiar piano keyboard for the melody that people sort of know and identify with. And then it has the mystery of all those buttons on the left hand. And
everyone wants to know what those buttons are for. Well, Even I want to know what those buttons are for.
If you like, I can give you a very quick,
would you like
guideline here.
Because, I mean, how many buttons are there? There must be... It must be 100.
On this particular instrument, there are 120.
120,
which is the the sort of standard, typical number of buttons you'd expect on a professional full-size instrument.
Now, so we've got the keyboard here, so, and you've got your sounds and your tones all down there.
Absolutely. So
I'm fascinated by it.
on the left-hand side of the accordion, we've got the accompaniment. It plays the lowest bass notes of the music, and preset chords, which is where the accordion gets its name from. So these first 2 rows of buttons are single notes. These other buttons are the preset chords. And that's where the accordion gets its stereotypical sound from. But of course, playing that in different orders means you get different sorts of patterns. So, you know, for rock and roll,
All right, here we go. Elvis has left the building.
yeah, well, exactly. So that's where the accompaniment comes from. This side's where we're playing the melody most of the time. And the tone of the accordion is altered by different sets of metal reeds inside the instrument that vibrate with air. This particular instrument has 5 sets of those reeds on the right hand, tuned in 2 different octaves. So we can get one set of reeds, it's a very, very low sort of sound.
Nice,
Very,
mellow,
very
fat
good
sound.
For that sort of jazzy
Sexy sound.
And then you have the reeds that are tuned an octave higher.
Yep.
And the accordion's very famous sound, what they call musette sound, is caused by detuning a set of reeds to create a tremolo effect, which gives us sort of
Well, we can. I'm in Italy already.
Absolutely. So the accordion's very versatile in that way. So from playing jazz to folk music to even, for example, that little piece of Brahms that I threw in before.
I mean, I could listen to that all evening, you know, and sit down and have dinner with someone.
How long's the
we get
programme
Brendan
gonna run
Dugan,
for
he's in the green room at the moment, he can come in and have dinner with me. Meanwhile, it's like we could talk about the accordion tonight, but I want to know about you. As a performer, are you working all around New Zealand?
So every Friday night I play at the Palermo Italian restaurant in Stonefields here in Auckland.
I know that place.
And also perform for clubs, private functions, weddings, all that sort of stuff. You can obviously get in contact with me through the internet with that, lionelreekie.com.
So you got a CD?
Yes, so
from Russia with Love.
From Russia with Love, which I recorded in Russia, in Novosibirsk. So it's all those songs from stage and screen with the Siberian Festival Orchestra. And then, of course, on top of that, I'm also involved with teaching music, running the Music Education Centre and Forte Schools of Music on the North Shore and in Henderson and Howick.
Yeah, you never stop.
And I conduct the Auckland Accordion Sinfonietta as well as conductor.
Now, you've got quite a lot of awards for both your vocalist. As a vocalist, you've got awards.
So the New Zealand Variety Artists Club last year awarded me the top male act, which is a fantastic honour to have. You were, of course, and we performed on stage together as well for that event, which was wonderful.
And we sang.
We did. St. Paul.
Yeah, unfortunately for you.
Oh, great
But
song.
that was lovely having you there.
Oh, yes. And when I was an up and coming, I actually won the Pat McWin Rising Star Award back in 1987. So I've been very lucky with that. And
via now the accordion, you've got awards there too, because you've been with.
Well, I've been very lucky with the accordion that. Through my music teaching and ending up being an adjudicator at various international events like the Australian International Accordion Championships in Sydney, adjudicating there the last couple of years. Also running their Festival Accordion Orchestra.
So you're a really busy man with that.
Try to be. To be.
So the accordion's taking you quite a way around the world. You've been played in other places too, Asia, I think?
Yes. So I've performed as a soloist throughout North America. I've been guest artist at numerous accordion events there, and also in Asia. And I was a member for many years of the Air New Zealand Accordion Orchestra, doing international concert tours through my teenage years as an accordionist and a singer. So I've been very, very lucky with music.
Now, as a singer, you've got a lovely voice, and I know New Zealanders have heard you, and they just love you. So would you do us the honour of singing us a song this evening? And it's called
Well, I'd like to perhaps sing Tomorrow from the show Annie. It's a perennial musical. It's spawned three movies, and it features on that CD from Russia with Love. So
Definitely Lionel.
Tomorrow, if you like that.
No, perhaps about it. So here he is. Here's Lionel with a beautiful song called Tomorrow.
The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Just thinking about tomorrow clears away the cobwebs and the sorrow till there's none. When I'm stuck with a day that's grey and lonely, I just stick up my chin and grin and say, oh, the sun will come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come what may, tomorrow, tomorrow, I love you tomorrow. You're always a day away. When I'm stuck with a day that's grey and lonely, I just stick up my chin and grin and say, the sun will come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come what may, tomorrow, tomorrow, I love you tomorrow, you're always a day away. Tomorrow, tomorrow, I love you tomorrow, you're only a day away.
Now, Lionel, that was fantastic.
Thank you very
Absolutely
much.
beautiful. Like I promised you, pure voice, Lionel. Absolutely beautiful. You have got to get to Broadway and get in one of those musicals. I know, you've got to get there. So make it an ambition of yours.
Thank you.
Anyway, an ambition of mine is to get you back here next year and sing some more of these beautiful songs.
Be a great
okay?
pleasure to come back.
And bring the accordion.
Absolutely, I will.
Okay, your trusted friend.
Very much.
I want to wish you the best and all
Thank
the
you
best
again.
for Christmas
No,
and New
and to
Year.
you as well, and to all the team here as well.
And let's have a great
That's
2016.
Absolutely, that's great. Thank you so
We'll
much.
be back with my next very special guest, Mr. Brendan Dugan, very soon.